I'm also a Templar. Have been for years.
Where is that going? Where am I? What is going on here? Oh man, I'm lost. I'm lost. Why am I lost? This way to go. I don't know. That don't look right. I done been here. Wait, where am I going? Let's go back. Anyway, howdy, this is Bill Ryder, and welcome to my stream. I am so lost. Let's try to figure out where I left off last night. I thought I was all the way up back at the top floor. Let me go double check if everything got saved right, because I know I did. That's not the right way. Whoop. Damn it. I can't control this thing. He's out of control. He's out of control. I know that these two rooms on this side, I did the computers. Yep. That's one of them. He's all done. Wow, why is this controller getting so wonky right now? I'm trying to run. You have to press down on the left stick to run. And he doesn't run very fast. Look, okay, this is normal.
There's still one last chunk of Shay's data left to explore. It's a bit of a trip, but I think you should see it.
And this is running. Not much faster, is it? Okay. I was up on the top floor. CEO. CCO. They don't believe in CEOs.
I just don't get modern art.
I don't get modern art either. Don't feel alone, lady. Oh, is this one going to be that easy? It can't be. No, it's not. It's not. Never mind. So... yeah, it is going to be that easy. There it is, right there, right there. And all I got to do is get this other ring and bring it up to there. Zero, what's up? Sorry about the delay, man.
The first civilization entity known as Juno reemerged from the Grand Temple in New York in December 2012. Although no longer a...
Anyway, I got distracted. I got the computer rebooted and got on, and there was some good sales on Steam today. I don't know when they started. I was on earlier today, and I think I saw them, but I just kind of ignored them then. But I decided I'd look on it because there's a big Rockstar sale and an RPG sale. And I couldn't resist looking on it. It took me a while to go through it. But the Grand Auto Trilogy Definitive Edition is on sale right now for $29.99. I got it. I had to get it. So after I'm done with Hogwarts and Elden Ring and well, actually I might do it during that. I might just do a video series instead of a stream series and go all the way back to, because if the Definitive Edition, I actually had all of the Grand Theft Autos, well, from 3 on. If you ever played Grand Theft Auto 1 and 2, it's old school, top down, and you're just driving a car on a street grid, you know. It's pretty fun. I remember playing it back on PlayStation 1, I think. And it was pretty fun and everything, but that's just a little bit too old school for me right now. I don't want to play that, but which I think I still have on CD somewhere. I don't know. But anyway, the definitive edition, the trilogy is Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and my favorite of all the Grand Theft Autos, San Andreas. And I already had all three of those games. I bought them a long time ago. I actually played San Andreas on a stream a while back. I didn't get done with it. I don't know what happened. I think I ran into a bug or something because I was doing a modded version. But then I also have Grand Theft Auto 4 and 5 and the Liberty City DLCs for Part 4. But this one is the definitive edition. It's remastered for newer PCs. So it's got Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. So I think I might do a video series of them during the time that I'm playing the other games. If I can ever get off of Fallout 76 long enough. That's my big drawback now of doing anything else is I'm playing freaking Fallout 76 all day long, and even after the stream I go back and play it some more because it's really addictive. Anyway, Blue Jay, what's up? And Alan, what's up, guys? And Hunt, what's up? But anyway, yeah, I think I might do a video series that. I had to get it, man. They also, not only did they have all the Rockstar games on sale on Steam, I mean, it's all of them. 50% off most of them. Including one of my favorites is L.A. Noire, which I did stream that a few years back too also. Well, that's been quite a few years back, I think. And they also had the Max Payne series, and I really like those, man. And I almost got them too. They were actually pretty cheap, the Max Payne ones. There's, three different Max Paynes. That's old school though. That's just shoot 'em up. He's like I don't think he's an explorer. He's more of a private eye or something. I can't remember, but he's really crazy and he's wasted most of the time. I think he was addicted to drugs and he was getting off, in part 3. Seemed like he was going through withdrawals half of the game, man. And you had to find things to relieve the withdrawals or something. I can't remember. It's crazy. But it's like in a third world country somewhere. And he's having problems with drug cartels. I think he's exploring something. He's some kind of explorer. I don't remember, man. Max Payne's a mystery. I can't remember it as much. It's been a long time since I played Max Payne, which I do have. I guarantee I have that right here. I can see it from here. I got Max Payne for Max Payne 3, I think, for Xbox 360. But they also had an RPG sale with The Witcher and Baldur's Gate and a bunch of stuff. And I almost bought a couple things there too, but I still need to save my money enough to get my freaking car smogged, so I'm still holding off. But anyway, how you guys doing tonight? The GTA games are good for episodes 2 if you want to do that. That'd be cool too. Yeah. GTA 4 is my fave, but the PC port is trash. Yeah, I actually have GTA 4 for Xbox 360 and PC, But I've never played it on PC, so I don't know how good it is on PC. I have it on PC, and I've had it for actually years, but I just never played it. But I played it a long time ago on Xbox 360, and I love that game. I still have that too. It's sitting right there. I can see it on my shelf over there. I got a shelf full of games. Damn it. I don't know what's going on with my stream. And I can't get over there. Damn it. Oh, wait. It came back. Good. I couldn't get back over there with my controller. It won't let me go to my other screen. Other screen's over that away. It won't let me go there unless I tab out. I hate to do that because it causes conflicts and I could crash. But anyway, I didn't listen to this tape. Let me listen to it.
The first civilization entity known as Juno re-emerged from the Grand Temple in New York in December 2012. Although no longer a corporeal being, she exists as a kind of digital consciousness somewhere in the Abstergo cloud. To accomplish her goals in the real world, Juno uses two types of people. The first is another precursor consciousness that emerges in a human being at random. This person is commonly known as a sage. Juno also holds sway over a group of disciples called the Instruments of the First Will, who believe it is humanity's natural role to serve the first civilization. Abstergo is currently using the First Will as a cheap and hands-off way of acquiring pieces of Eden and other relics. However, I suspect that the reverse is also true, that they are using our resources to locate objects that will help them further their own goals. I do not trust them, but for now, all I can do is have DaCosta monitor their activities. Juno's motives are unclear. Although she has made one attempt to possess a corporeal body, she appears to be more powerful as a digital entity. Agent DaCosta fears that should humanity ever achieve singularity, a fusion of humanity and machines, Juno would become unstoppable. Ironically, it is Abstergo itself which is driving civilization in that direction.
Yeah, trying to control them. Juno's not trying to control anyone. Juno's like the good precursor, I think. It's Minerva, I think, that's trying to do some nefarious things. I can't remember, man. I'm so lost sometimes. Anyway, I gotta turn on my heater a little, or actually turn it up. It's getting freaking so cold. It's getting so cold. Wait, what happened? There it goes. All right, let's get out of here. Hold on a minute. I gotta get a drink. Alrighty. So, last night I went in there. I don't think there was anything in here I could do. Let me go back in again real quick. I didn't really look at this side of the room.
I hope Abstergo
Cool
didn't pay a
lights.
lot of money for these ugly statues.
We're making good progress here.
It's a little bit cold out here. Can I jump? I can't jump. Can't jump. Oh, man. I wanted to fly.
I just don't get modern art.
Do a leap of faith off the top of this thing. Nice big swan dive into a bloody splat at the bottom. Okay, so where am I going? Oh, here. Okay. Sequence am I in? Or I can't tell yet until I get out of the back into the Animus. I think I'm in the last one. It's called it's not a number. It's just said missing, maybe missing sequences or lost memories or some such bullshit.
I'm just saying that Violet didn't have to yell at us for not fixing the elevator before she...
I don't get it. It's like there's a big hole where the Arno Dorian data should be.
It's a big hole where your brain should be, buddy. Big hole right in the top of your head. Make sure you didn't fall off of a 10-story building like I really wanted to. This is more like a 100-story building here. Makes me dizzy just looking at it. Looking at the edge. Well, I am not reading all that. Just trying to get all... I got 16 of 20. I just have 4 left.
I don't get it.
Find the bastards.
It's like there's a big hole where the Arno Dorian data should
Who
be.
is talking? I'm hearing voices. My mama told me I'd find this out someday. That I was possessed.
Why is this antivirus scan so slow?
There's nobody in here. Somebody's talking. All right. So your last live stream for Assassin's Creed Rogue? Probably. I'm not sure how much more is left. I'm thinking that's why I put a question mark at the end of the title. I'm not completely positive. Okay, there we go. Okay, I got 3 of them. Now I got to get to this middle one. No, wait, what happened? There it is. And now, outside one. There it is. Hendrix streamed earlier.
Speak. Why has Violet DaCosta been removed from Sigma Team?
I'm reassigning our assets as I see fit to align with the goals of the Phoenix Project.
The Phoenix Project?
Wait, what now? Hendrix streamed earlier. Actually really good. He completed a short game called Erica in one stream. It was sick. Yeah, I never heard of that game. I saw on Discord that he had posted the game, and I was trying to figure out what it was, but I didn't have time to look. Main character is talking. No, it wasn't the main character. He never talks. It's a nice reference. Well, they're both the same company, that's why. It's just a little advertisement for Far Cry. It shows it right in the background of this picture, too. There's Far Cry stuff everywhere in this game. And a couple other game references. All the Ubisoft stuff. Really creepy game, but it was fun. Yeah. Very creepy, won't lie. Got some game that I'd like to play sometime called Fear. Not too long ago, I think I got all the Fear games. I think I got them now. I'd have to check, but I think I have Fear and Fear 2. I think there's a Fear 3, which I've never played. But it's pretty creepy also. Some kind of weird thing going on. And it doesn't tell you what's going on. And there's all these jump scares and some kind of ghost chick, little girl. I don't know. It's different. The idea of you being in first person outside of the Animus is to imagine that it's you, which I did prefer Desmond. Yeah, I like Desmond a lot. And in the last three, you know, they got what's her name, Layla. I like her too. Out of all of the ones after Desmond, which was part 3, she was the only actual person that you could play as outside of the Animus, and I liked them getting back to that. That was pretty good. I really didn't like it for the last, or for what, 5 games at least. After part 3, you were inside of. Actually, wait. Was it? Liberation was also outside of the was first person, wasn't it? Or did you ever even go outside of the Animus in that? I can't remember. I think you did. And that was a DLC of part 3, wasn't it? I didn't even realize that you weren't Desmond in that, and Desmond, you were in part 3. You were Desmond. Anyway, I know Fear, that's an old PS3 game, I think. What did I play it on? I think I was playing it on Xbox. I didn't have a PS3 back then. Xbox 360 maybe? Can't remember. Might have even been older than that. I don't remember. At least the first one. Fear 1 is the best. Yeah. I played Fear 1 and 2. I don't think I played Fear 3 though. I'll play AC Unity in 4 weeks, which is my birthday. Yep. Six days since January started. That seemed a lot longer than that to me, because my birthday was the 4th, and it seems like that was ages ago already. By the way, the Iranian government is pissed off at Ubisoft on Twitter again for setting Mirage in Iran. They can't do anything about it. Ha! You know, it's set way before the current freaking assholes took control of Iran. Isn't it set at the same period of time as Valhalla? Because it has that same guy, Bastille, or whatever his name is, Bastille, Bazin, whatever his name is. I think it's about him, ain't it? So it's around the same time as, so it's about the 1800s, around there. Bazin, yeah, that's it. Anyway, did I already listen to this?
Speak.
Why has Violet DaCosta been removed from Sigma Team?
I'm reassigning our assets as I see fit to align with the goals of the Phoenix Project.
The Phoenix Project? Sigma Team would be of more use hunting down the remaining assassins. Let Delta Team hunt precursor relics instead.
Those relics are the key to sequencing First Civilization DNA. Accomplishing that goal will in turn make the assassins even less of a threat than they are now.
Be that as it may, Agent DaCosta should not be wasted on something like Abstergo Entertainment.
Last year's fiasco with the Sample 17 project showed me that Abstergo Entertainment is more than just a disposable subsidiary. It's the best resource we have to finding new pieces of Eden.
It is a weak link that has been compromised by our enemies time and time again.
All the more reason to have DaCosta secure their access to the cloud servers. We're confident that Melanie LeMay won't fuck it up, like Olivier Garneau.
Bringing a civilian like that into our ranks is also unwise.
Time will tell with Miss LeMay, but she handled the John Standish situation with an even hand. She helped us discover the existence of sages, and in doing so, has done more for Phoenix than you have, Mr. Berg.
She also continues to ignore the presence of the instruments of the First Will within her operation.
Those whack jobs are actually useful to us for now. They're a cheap source of relics we can exploit. If they become too much of a problem, we'll deal with them with the same efficiency we deal with the assassins.
Giving the assassins time to regroup is a tactical mistake. We should strike them now while they are at their most vulnerable.
We value your passion and expertise, Mr. Berg, and your concerns have been noted. Now pack your bags. You've got a busy year ahead of you.
All right.
I don't get it. It's like
So
there's
what
a
are
big
the
hole
other
where the
four
Arno-Dorian data should be.
of those pads are? Missing a pad somewhere. That's what she said. Oh god, that's just
I
gross.
can't stop crafting
That's
oculi.
gross.
It's like a disease.
Why am I so gross sometimes? Honestly, the lore in this franchise, I could listen and read for hours. I know, me too.
I'm bored out of my skull. But orders are orders, and my orders are to stand right here.
That's why sometimes on games it's good to just do a video series instead of a stream. That way I could cut out all that stuff or I could make it like a
Helix is still up and
condensed
running,
version.
but it looks
You know,
like
I
there
could
still be
explain
some
it. I
interruptions
could
in the
just
service.
listen to these things and then do a short, quick summary. You know, anything that's important, instead of having to play everything.
Why is this antivirus scan so slow?
Or what I meant to do on this too, and I didn't, is play all those things all at once in one video off the stream. I think I'm still going to do that. There's a whole... Oh, I can't get to it yet. Wait until I get back out. There's a whole story going on with those cave pictures. Is this my Animus? Could be. I don't want to touch it yet. Wait. No, it's not. Looking for the other pads. This is it. This is the last time I'm going in here. Oh, maybe I could find them in here now. And I probably could access this now. No. Everybody's dead. Well, last time I looked at this board, there was more people on the assassin side alive than there was on the Templar side. Now there's 4 Templars still alive, and only 2 assassins. Well, actually, 1's assassin and Benjamin Franklin, and 3 Templars and James Cook, which wasn't really a Templar. Wonder where the other pads are. Yeah, I'm not going to say that's what she said, because that's just gross. She don't need to be looking for other people's pads. I don't know what I'm talking about. God, that just makes it worse when I say more. When I open my friggin' mouth, it just makes it worse and worse. Okay. Oh, wait. Those are the doors over here, huh?
Nothing to see here.
Oh, man. What's wrong with you? All I got is 3 more of them. Don't know where they're at, man. Don't know where they're at. I think the Biden administration is hiding them with all them secret documents. This is a level 3. I haven't been in here. It's got to be in here. Have I been in here? I haven't been in here. Have I? I'm going to go into the middle after I go up around the outside. Look on the floor. Look on the tables. The desks. And the bean bags. And a guitar. Typical freaking yuppie office. You got bean bags and guitars in the workplace, so they could sit around and sing Kumbaya. I mean, I actually thought that when I was younger and I was just getting into the computer market, I'd hear about all these computer companies that had there's one. They had this these offices that just like catered to the employees so bad, and I thought, oh god, that's cool. I'd love to work at one of those places, man, because you could ride your freaking scooters in the hallway and you're playing Foursquare in the break room and having all these like virtual reality glasses you can kick back in the break room. And I was thinking that was such a cool freaking place to work, you know, like Google and all that. And now that I look back at it, and now that I look at the way that they turned out, you can really understand how it screwed up the world, man. Because these people think that the companies owe them something now, that the businesses owe them. What the hell is that? It's a little freaking doll thing. It was funny when Elon Musk took over Twitter, and all these people started whining because they weren't getting free lunch anymore. He did away with the free lunch, and they, well, what are we supposed to do? We're going to have our free lunch, man. And then they find out, I don't know if you heard this part, I think everybody by now has heard about the free lunch thing. And then all these people just kind of walked out when Elon Musk says, well, there's going to be some changes, no free lunches, no free rides. People are going to actually have to come to work in the building instead of doing their work from home, you know? Okay, so there's two computers that I still need to hack. And he said, you got until such and such date at such and such time, and those of you who don't want to follow those rules, just consider yourself fired or resigned or whatever. And a lot of the people just walked out on that day. What kind of spoiled little child do you have to be to leave a well-paying job? I mean, these guys were making freaking 6 figures a freaking year, you know? They were making $100,000 a year and shit, and they just walked out on that job because they didn't get their free fucking lunch, and because they actually had to come to work. They couldn't work from home anymore. What kind of idiocy is that, man? It's just I can't fathom that kind of freaking spoiledness. And that's what these these companies built, is these spoiled fucking brats. You know, it's crazy. Anyway, I better get back into the game. Had to turn down the heater again. I turned it all the way up because it was freezing. Now I turned it back down to low. It's weird how the word is advancing to kind of being like Abstergo, but not exactly like Abstergo. Oh, the world? Oh, yeah. I know. It is. It really, that's exactly what I'm saying. James Cook is more like a nomad, the interesting traveler. Well, yeah, James Cook was actually an explorer. He was one of our most famous explorers in real life. I mean, the Cook Islands, he found them. He found different trade routes. He explored all Tahiti. I think he was the first European to explore a lot of them islands in the South Pacific, like Tahiti and maybe even New Zealand and Fiji, I'm pretty sure. Interesting travel. Money will pull him to whatever side. Yep. Adios. Hey, see you later, man. Or you just saying adios to say adios? I don't know. Elon put order in the company, and those guys make a lot of money and cry for a free sandwich. You know what they found out? I was getting ready to say that, and I got sidetracked. What they found out is after, or I think this is one of the reasons why he stopped the free lunches, is because he found out that, okay, so all these people are working from home, but they would come in at lunchtime and eat the free lunches and then go back home again. So all the friends, all the teams and stuff, they would meet for like an hour at the company and freaking go eat lunch and bullshit with each other, and then go back home, and then they would freaking FaceTime each other the rest of the time from home, just so they can get a free lunch. It's like, fuck, man, what is wrong with these people? Why don't they just work? And then maybe he would have left the free lunches in if they would have worked from work instead of working from home and then coming in. And he said there was only 20%, I think, of actual employees that were working at work and not from home when he first came in. Or 20 or 30%, I can't remember exactly. 20-something%. It's just insane, man. It's all they blamed it on COVID, but shit, COVID's been over for a long time, and they can go in and be unmasked with each other around a freaking cafeteria table, eating and laughing and ha 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 and everything else, and then go home, and they're not worried about COVID while they're eating. They're just fucking stupid and spoiled. James Cook and his family came from very close to home, my hometown, along with some other explorers. Yeah. From England. James Cook went all over the place. New Zealand, islands, Africa, North America. Yep. Yeah, he was like everywhere, man. He was like him and Sir Francis Drake and Magellan, they were all in the same vein. They were, explorers get a bad rap because of conquistadors and things like that, like, freaking Cortez, who just went in and wiped out people just to get the gold and shit like that. But Cook and people like him were real good to the natives. They freaking, although some of the natives turned on Cook in one of the one of the islands, I don't know which island, but ended up slaughtering a lot of his people because, you know, there was a conflict in cultures, and I'm sure maybe one of the sailors might have insulted one of them or something, and I don't know what led to the massacre, but a lot of his people got massacred. And some of them actually mutinied because they wanted to stay on the islands. A lot of there's some old movies like Mutiny on the Bounty and shit like that were kind of based on James Cook and some of the things that happened to him. Although he didn't have to go to trial over anything, and his people didn't. Did they mutiny against him? I think they tried to mutiny a few times. But he survived, and he wasn't no Captain Bligh like that movie depicts. Fletcher Christian and all that shit. That was, I don't think Mutiny on the Bounty is the actual true story, but I think it was partially based on some stuff that happened to Cook. Jessica, what's up? Travelers from the hometown went to Cape Cod in Massachusetts, where Native Americans were. They later did make friends, but they put a sharp edge to his neck at first. Yeah. They named a lot of places in Massachusetts and then got more Brits over. Yep. Anyway, I got to get back. If I want to get this done tonight, I got to get into this. So might not be paying as much attention to the chat tonight. Keep my new man in my prayers. Yep. Okay. Is he having problems or something? Anyway, yeah, I'm not going to pay as much attention to chat tonight because I really need to get this going, man. Okay, it looks like all I got to do is this, and this. That was an easy one.
Details of Harlan T. Cunningham's life were difficult to acquire, as many traces of his identity before becoming an assassin were altered or erased by Gavin Banks.
Who?
Details of Harlan T. Cunningham's life were difficult to acquire, as many traces of his identity before becoming an assassin were altered or erased by Gavin Banks. It is only thanks to Agent DaCosta's remarkable skills that we are able to piece together this profile. Cunningham was outed as homosexual in high school, which unfortunately ruined a promising wrestling career. He left Texas as quickly as he could and fled to Europe. Cunningham was recruited by the Brotherhood in Florence, Italy, under the leadership of assassin veteran Adriano Maestranzi. Sigma Team attacked the Florence hideout in 2012, but Maestranzi detonated a bomb. 3 assassins were killed before the explosion, but Sigma Team was annihilated in the process. Cunningham and I were the only survivors. Cunningham was last sighted in Rotterdam, alongside Aaron Schutt, a former mixed martial arts champion who also suffered a career backlash when he came out as homosexual. It is clear that Cunningham is mentoring Schutt in the ways of the Brotherhood. Although physically gifted and extremely dangerous, Schutt is a poor choice as an assassin. He is incapable of keeping a low profile and will compromise the Brotherhood despite himself. Recently, Cunningham stole a piece of Eden from an Abstergo facility in Rotterdam. During the operation, Schutt was charged to attack Abstergo employees throughout the city to draw attention away from his mentor. Although Sigma Team managed to reclaim the item, both Cunningham and Schutt escaped. I will not allow Cunningham to get away from me a third time.
Yep, sounds like a personal problem, dude. Alright, there's one more PC. I don't know where the other pads are. So I looked all the way through here. Where's the other PC? Wait, there's one more. Did I just go around in a circle? Is it this one? Oh. It's gotta be this one. There it is. So I don't know where the other pads are. That kind of sucks because I'm not going to get 100% of all this crap. There's something that you can get if you get all of the pads. This one looks a little bit tricky. There's 2 that way and 2 this way. And there's a refract. So I'm going to just leave those 2 and work on these 2. So let me get to the outside. No. This one. Nope. Those ones are going to be 2 away from each other. Wait, let me see. I can do that, and I can get this one. Now, get this one, go this way. Wait, this way. There it is. This heart condition.
Field report, Phoenix Project. November 1st, 2013. Agent DaCosta alerted me to a possible lead on the
It has a heart condition? Oh no. That's not good.
Field report, Phoenix Project. November 1st, 2013. Agent DaCosta alerted me to a possible lead on the Koh-i-Noor diamond. A replica can be found among the crown jewels of England. However, the true diamond is a powerful piece of Eden and has been lost for centuries. Jot Sura is a programmer at Mysore Tech, a company working with Abstergo Entertainment to release a variant of the Animus headset to Asia, called the Brahmin device. He's been associating with Siobhan Dami, the sister of Jadseep Dami, a known assassin. Could the Brotherhood be using the Brahmin device to locate the Koh-i-Noor? Until we have more evidence, I have decided to use a local Abstergo strike force rather than mobilize Sigma team. Update, November 3rd, 2013. Jot Sura was abducted outside of Dreamland Studios in Mumbai. He was seen being forced into a van by Siobhan and Jadseep Dami. This confirms my suspicions. The assassins must be using Jot Sura's genetic memories to locate the Koh-i-Noor. I have authorized the local Abstergo soldiers to engage and eliminate the assassins, with instructions that the Brahmin device must be kept intact. I am en route to India. Update, November 4th, 2013. I arrived in India too late. Our strike team engaged the assassins in 2 separate conflicts. The body of Siobhan Dami was found at the first site, but her remains were too badly damaged in an explosion to collect any genetic information. I found the Brahmin device at the second site, but after reviewing the genetic memories recorded within, I am relieved to find that Jot Sura's bloodline was a dead end. The real Koh-i-Noor diamond remains lost to both sides. Jadseep Dami escaped, which means we must monitor this new assassin activity in India closely. I am closing this file and proceeding to my next mission.
Okay, that didn't make a lot of sense. He said that somebody was blowed up so bad they couldn't even find genetic material. All you got to do is find one drop of freaking blood. How much freaking genetic material they need? If they got blowed up, there's still going to be pieces. You can freaking stick a freaking ton of dynamite up somebody's ass and set it off, and you're still going to find freaking meat somewhere splattered up against the wall or on the top of a mountain somewhere. They will be pieces. That's just gross. I'm talking so gross tonight. I'm in a gross mood. That's just so gross. Okay, so I don't know where these other... What? I don't know how many of those... Does it say? Let me look on here. Messages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, I have no clue what all that is. My files. Documents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 is missing. 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 is missing. 13, 14, 15 is missing. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 3 are missing of those. And these profiles, I don't really know how many of these there are. These are all the things that...
Following the great
that we were finding on all the computers. I don't know how many of them there are. Does it show anywhere? Map, mission logs. Turn to your Animus. Diary. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I'm missing one. Guests. Computer repaired. 20 of 20. I got all the computers then. That's what I was looking for, but I'm missing quests. I'm not sure what that is in between there. And mission. Oh. Okay, this is the missions, and this is the quest. Okay, so I might have them all. So all I need is the 3 pads. I have no clue where they're at. I think I looked pretty thoroughly in here. Dirty Rider. Yeah. More is one of the largest cut diamonds. It's about 12 billion. Was Queen Elizabeth II's crown? Oh, he said that was a replica. But they had the real thing, or they were the real thing was not. How do they even know that that's a replica if they don't know where the real thing is? That's just stupid. Sounds like a what do you call it? A urban legend. Oh yeah, see that freaking that building over there? Well, that building's not real. That's a replica of a real building. But we don't know where the real building is. Nobody ever knew. But we just know that it's a replica. Or even worse. Is that guitar that Jimi Hendrix is playing right there? Well, that's a replica. It's a replica of the guitar that Jimi Hendrix played right there. And we don't know where the real guitar is. But the one he's playing right there is a replica of the one he's playing. Did I ever get to this PC? There was a bunch of people around here. Oh, no. I wonder where the other ones are, and I'm not going to freaking worry about it now. I got 3 left. Something unlocks if you find all of those. And I wanted to get all the stuff unlocked that I can, but I just can't seem to find everything. Because this place, it's kind of like a maze.
Once you go back to finish Shay's story, your life is never going to be the same afterwards. You should finish any outstanding business before entering your Animus.
Wow, you got some weird eyes, lady. Well, look at them. They're like all shifty. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're all shifty. You're like that freaking dude on that movie. You ever see that? He's kind of a chubby dude. He's in a lot of movies. Bald-headed and chubby. And sometimes he plays like a goofy person, but other times he plays like a real smart person. And his eyes like vibrate. When it shows a close-up of him, his eyeballs are like just... I don't know what his name is, but he's in a lot of freaking movies. Or at least he used to be. I don't know.
Sorry, but this is a restricted area.
Sorry, your mama's a restricted area. But I got in anyway. I don't know where these other ones are. I think I'm just going to go back to my Animus. And do this thing. Wait, is there anything laying around here? What's that book say? Mundu? Subterraneous? Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. It says it right on the table there. And that top one is one of the other Assassin's Creeds. Assassin's Creed 3 and Liberation. And that top one over there is Assassin's Creed 1, looks like. But I don't know what this one in the middle is. Looks like it could be Ezio. Assassin's Creed Forsaken? Was that the movie? God, I wish I could get down and, lower and look. Is there any a little higher? I can see him better. Who's the chick with the turban and the sexy belly? And somebody fell over. That's the sage dude, ain't it? I can't tell from here. Anyway, let's get back in. Assassin's Creed Forsaken is the book for Assassin's Creed 3. I remember in my school
The
library.
Royal Palace at Versailles, Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette in residence.
Such decadence.
Good luck, Numbskull.
Oh, God.
Ah, Shay.
1776. This one, when Arno's father gets killed. We're in Versailles, right?
You certainly look prepared to meet
What does it say up here? Enter Versailles and change history.
Perhaps King Louis himself will grant you an audience.
We can't change
I
history.
doubt even these breaches will
locked
get
in.
me into the king's chambers. Besides, I'm only here to see a business acquaintance.
I was here last month.
Yes, I heard a group of merchants would be here today. They might come see my scientific demonstration later.
Trying to
They
kiss
really
me,
should.
Ben?
They might
You're
learn
a little
something.
close there.
Though I wouldn't count on their being present. I take my leave.
Oh, look at these.
Thank you again.
These girls' big
Master
butts.
Franklin. Now to find Charles.
They're fake
and
butts.
that
Those are
damned
bustles.
box.
Those are bustles. I used to do that on purpose. Everybody thought they had big hips. I don't know. They had big childbearing hips. Ooh. Oh wait, I'm supposed to go into the palace. Oh wait.
That's him. Charles Dorian.
Charles Dorian. That sounds familiar. Is there a map? No map. Can I get in some other way? Oh, that way. Make your profile picture. I missed part of that. The chat went up real fast and I missed a lot. I think she's a Templar robot. Man hours passed so few. Hours pass so fast, I feel like it has only been 4 minutes. Whole next hour. Someone split a coffee in your Animus. Oh, spilt. Assassin's Creed Forsaken. Oh, I already read that part. We had all the Assassin's Creed books. This is it. You were there last month. Pell, when you're walking around the building, pay a lot of attention. Oh, hey, here we go. See, incomplete memories, and then after that, see, I did all these. Except for one. Damn, I missed one. There's only one incomplete memory left, and that's it. I got all the rest. Jibber, 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 jibber. Jibber, jabber, jabber. Jibber, jibber, blah, blah, blah. Jibber, jibber, blah, blah. Jibber, 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 blah, blah, blah. Mingle, mingle, mingle. What movie was that? Some movie when somebody tells somebody else, well, go mingle. And he just walks up and starts saying, mingle, 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 mingle. Mingle, mingle. Mingle, mingle, mingle.
Ils vont devoir nous faire rebrouiller aussi. Les alliés nous auront l'influence
to slice this guy's scrumpets. No! Do I even have a sword? I don't have a sword. I can't loot him either. There's a little kid running around. That was little Arno. Pretty sure. Let's help him out a little bit. There they are, both of them. There's Arno and Elise.
Did you see their faces when we stole those apples?
I'm Arno.
Elise.
I'm here with my father.
So am I. He has important business with the king.
What shall we do now?
Go talk to him. Hi. Hi. Hi.
What shall we do now?
I'll stab you. I'll stab you and save you the trouble. You won't have to play a whole game later. I just cut off both of your little heads. That's just mean. God, I'm a mean son of a bitch, man. Killing little kids. Trying to kill the little kids.
Yes, à ton avis. Nous sommes loin de toute civilisation. Encore une bête sauvage. Et la menace de la guerre plane au-dessus de nous chaque jour que Dieu fait. Je ne sais par quel miracle on est encore en vie.
This looks like the place I just came from.
La Nouvelle-France est une pure perte de temps. On y trouve que de la terre.
Gentlemen, I'll protect this artifact with my very life.
Is that Arno's dad? I don't remember what he looked like. Guy looks a little bit different.
Arno? Where have you gone? My son, Arno? Perhaps you have seen him? Have you seen a little boy around? I'm looking for my son.
Keep looking, buddy. He's gonna ask me.
Arno? Arno!
You can't tell that Arno's not right there. I could take a quick glance
Arno?
around here and not see any little kids.
Where are you?
Arno, where are you? My eyes are going, so I can't tell. Are you Arno? Are you Arno? Hey, are you Arno? Well, Arno, you need to shave. Am I supposed to just kill him here or what? I don't even know. Oh, it does say kill him.
Stop playing, Arno. Time to come out.
Oh, I'm stuck.
Arno? Arno! You're the traitor.
I'm just finishing old business.
Old Connor and his assassins. The American Revolution undid your Templar business.
Then perhaps we shall start a revolution of our own.
I know.
Uphold the principles of our order, and all that for which we stand. Never share our secrets, nor divulge the true nature of our work. Do so until death, whatever the cost. This is my new creed. I am Shay Patrick Cormac, Templar of the Colonial of the American right. I am an older man now, and perhaps wiser.
And stupider.
A war and a revolution have ended, and another is about to begin. May the Father of Understanding guide us all.
Wow, that's just stupid. Shay's coat looks so nice, I want it. A month ago, you was playing as him. Yep. Just hope Connor and Arno's butchered this stone cold hearted man. Yep. Hey, Michael Bird, what's up? Have you played all of the Assassin's Creed games? Yep. Yeah, I played all of them at least once. This is the second time playing this one. I played all the games up to this point at least twice.
What?
It's my pleasure and privilege to welcome you up here today.
Gotta hand it to you, numbskull. You proved yourself to be more than a simple research monkey.
The data you extracted from Shay Cormac's memories has served us well. Shay's story is a message. One that says that when threatened, what an assassin truly wants isn't freedom, but order.
And we represent the highest order there is.
Whatever you learned from your Animus experience only scratches the surface. We have existed since before recorded human history, and have recently been reborn, disguised as Abstergo Industries.
And entertainment.
You have crossed the threshold, and your eyes have been opened.
Now can I kill you?
You have seen the world for what it truly is.
There's no turning back now. We got big plans for you.
The Father of Understanding guided you to us, and for that, we are grateful. The test
Father of
your
Understanding
true
doesn't
worth
understand shit.
begins now.
You talking about Karl Marx?
And it begins with a choice.
Join us, and a bright future will be all yours.
Oh, are we getting married?
Refuse.
That's just freaking retarded. So I'm going to do one more thing before I finish this up. I still got plenty of time. It's still early. Pale Mirage will apparently only be about $40 since it's only 70 hours of gameplay. So that's pretty cool. Yep. Well, this is so loud, man. I hope you guys could hear me over this freaking stupid song, which I'm probably going to get copyrighted over. But yeah, Ubisoft is going to put a decent price tag on it. Hope so. Hope I could afford it when it comes out. It's a really nice song, worth being copyrighted for. Yeah, I got to do one or two other things before I get off of this game, though. I noticed that I missed a couple things before. Like one of the Assassin's contract things. I want to see how much done it is. Last time I played this game, I got exactly 90% done, I think. It says it at the main main menu. I'll look real quick as soon as this is over with. I hate it when they make you sit through freaking... I'm not reading this. I mean, it's a waste. Why do they make you sit through freaking credits? Just so somebody will know that a bunch of French people wrote this shit. Except for Kathleen Parent. I don't know what kind of name that is. She was a mommy. That's why she was Parent. Hernandez, there's a Spanish name, or a Mexican. Hernandez. I'm pretty sure that's straight out of Mexico. I knew a lot of Hernandezes when I was growing up. The rest of these are all French. All French have you at the end or something, man? Does all the French people have you at the end of their names? Kojin. I never heard that name either. Tudor. Tudor. One of the royal families of Europe had the last name Tudor. I can't remember which one. There's a Chinese name. Oh, this is all Chinese now. Oh, yeah, they have different offices, huh? This must be in Shanghai or something. The Tudor royal family is banned from England. That's why the modern Tudors live in Australia. Oh, it was a English royalty. Doesn't really make sense after all these years. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. This was one of the English royal families. There's I used to know all them names. Come on. Can't we skip this, please? Although, I mean, the Tudors were mental. Henry VIII, Edward VI, Mary I, Elizabeth I. I thought Elizabeth I was okay, and I heard Mary was okay. But I know that Henry VIII was kind of screwed up in the head. Although he's the one that brought the Church of England to England and broke away from the Catholic Church, which was a pretty good thing, I think. Edward VI, is that... What's the one? Richard III, that was the biggest, craziest one. What family was he from? Richard III. After the Scottish took over England, oh, they were Scots. Elizabeth I was okay, but Henry and Mary were seriously fucked up. Butchered their wives and husbands. Yeah, I know. Henry VIII did that. Saw the Tudor series. Yeah. That's probably not super accurate, though. Tudor series, they embellish just for entertainment value. Richard III was Irish royal family when they had power over England. Really? Yeah, Richard III, I've seen stuff about him, and Shakespeare wrote a play about him, and if any of that stuff is true, man, he was completely freaking bonkers, man. I've seen a lot of stuff about Richard III. There's a really, really cool version of the Shakespeare play of Richard III, where they do it in modern times, and Richard III's freaking guards and stuff were like Gestapo. It was freaking crazy, man. That was crazy insane. I love that. I love those. I love the old Shakespeare movies or Shakespeare plays that are adapted to modern times. Like there was a Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio in it. That was so freaking good, man. And what was the other one? I don't know. There was a version of Othello where it was modern, but it was weird. I think it was just called O. It was set in like Brooklyn in modern times, and it was all about basketball and shit. And most of Othello, I guess, was black anyway. So he was a black basketball player in a high school or something. It was weird. And then Kenneth Branagh came out with a bunch of different Shakespeare movies that were pretty good, but those were more authentic. And freaking Keanu Reeves played in one. It was Much Ado About Nothing. Some crazy shit, man. But the Richard III one was like my favorite, man. That was so bizarre and crazy. But hilarious things is they were all inbred and suffering mental because of it. Yep. Shakespeare's plays about him was a joke, though. Yeah. Well, he embellished everything, you know. Look at Henry V, man. I love two different versions of Henry V, and one of them had Jack Lemmon, the old actor from The Odd Couple, and a bunch of other movies. That was a good version. And then Hamlet, man, there's been so many versions of Hamlet, and one of my favorite ones was with Mel Gibson playing Hamlet. That was crazy, man. But yeah, Michael's right there, man. All European royalty were inbred, man. I know a decent bit about this stuff. I'm friends with a lot of aristocrats from different Brit, Spanish, and French houses. Hamlet is one of my favorite. Yeah. Did you see the one that I'm talking about with Mel Gibson playing Hamlet? And somebody famous played his father in that too. It was really good. And somebody famous played his mother, I think, too. Well, his father's ghost. Wasn't it his father's ghost that visits him? '80s or '90s one? Well, the one with Mel Gibson, I think it was in the '80s. Mel Gibson, Mad Max. Oh, he's been in a lot of things, but Mad Max is one of my favorites of his. Glenn Close, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was his mother in there. Yeah. They really made some good. Okay, I don't know if you know who Kenneth Branagh is. Kenneth Branagh, and he was married to Leah Thompson. Is that her name? No. something Thomas, not Leah Thompson. Ellen Thomas? No. Shit, I can't even remember her name now. But they were married together for a long time, and Kenneth Branagh was really a good Shakespearean actor. And then he actually started producing movies, and he did a whole series of Shakespeare movies, and he put a lot of famous people in the movies. And Much Ado About Nothing had Keanu Reeves, which was goofy. He was trying to speak all Shakespearean, and he looked like you ever see Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure? It was like was he Ted or Bill? I don't know, but it was like him. It was like him in the movie in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, trying to do Shakespeare. I don't know if you remember in that movie, he was talking to Socrates, and he was like putting his hands out like this. It was funny. He actually acted just like that in the Shakespeare movie. It was like goofy as fuck. But Kenneth Branagh is such a good actor and such a good director that he actually made it make sense. Mad Max Fury Road was one of my favorite movies. That's not Mel Gibson that was in that one, though. And that was a pretty good movie, but the original Mad Max was way better in my opinion. Because it was the original. You know? Well, there was two. The first one was called Mad Max, and that was an Australian movie. And I don't think Hollywood had anything to do with it. And it was before the drought and the war and all that shit messed up the country, but the world. But everything was kind of going downhill. And Mad Max played a cop. He was a police officer in some Australian city, and they were going after this guy called the Knight Rider and his gang. And then they came out with Road Warrior, and Road Warrior was post-apocalyptic. And it was supposed to take place, like 20 years after the original Mad Max movie. And then they came out with Beyond Thunderdome after that. But the original Mad Max was great as hell, man. It was probably one of the better produced movies. But it just didn't have Hollywood's money in it. But then Road Warrior was so good, man. I love that movie when it came out in the 80s. But then Beyond Thunderdome was okay, but it was more like just a remake of the first movie, kind of. Although they had the Thunderdome part and they had Tina Turner in it, which was kind of cool. But it pretty much had the same kind of storyline as the first movie, so it wasn't really any different. And the game was real cool. Mad Max video game that just came out, 4 or 5 years ago. There we go. Woohoo! Finally. Okay, let me go over here a minute. See if there's anything that I haven't...
What's on your mind, Captain?
...made yet. But yeah, that Fury Road was a really good movie. I like that. It was more of a modern version of the original Mad Max, but I know when they make remakes of things, they have a lot better special effects. They have a lot better... action sequences, because they have learned a lot over the last 50 years about how to make movies, or 30 years, however long it's been since that. I think it's been about almost 40 years since the original, since Road Warriors came out. The original Mad Max came out in like the 70s, so it's been a long while. I actually had to do a paper on the original Mad Max in a film appreciation class in college. They made us watch. Well, they didn't make us watch it. They showed us the movie in class, and then had us do a paper on it. There's a lot of movies like that. There's one of my film. I had two different film appreciation teachers, and one of them, because I took 2 semesters of it, and one of them was really into Australian movies, and so we watched that, and we watched another one that was really weird about some girls having a picnic at Hanging Rock or something like that, or I don't know. It was a really strange movie. We had to watch about 4 or 5 different Australian movies, and Mad Max was one of them. And the other teacher, he was like into old classics and shit, which was cool. A bunch of old like he had a old Humphrey Bogart movie called We're No Angels, and The Graduate, the old Dustin Hoffman movie, The Graduate. Which I noticed that yesterday in the clip that you put up, Zero, on Discord, of the clips of all the Carl's Jr.'s commercials. There was one commercial in there where that lady was trying to seduce that dude, and he goes, "You're not trying to seduce me, Mrs. Robinson, are you?" Well, that was almost an exact scene from the Graduate, the movie. And that's where that Simon and Garfunkel song came out. Hey, Mrs. Robinson, Jesus loves you more than you will know. Oh, no, no, no. That song came from that movie. And Bridge Over Troubled Waters. They had quite a few Simon and Garfunkel movies in that movie. Anyway, bye. I've got all upgrades, right? Yeah, I already got those. Appearance. There's a couple appearances that I didn't get. Prerequisite. Further in the main story, there is no main story left. Why? Why? There is no main story. What is up with that? Gain by completing all legendary battles, which I haven't done, which I think I should try. At least try once. Wow. I got about 45 minutes or so. There's another prerequisite for progressing. That one too. That one too. Why? And that's all that's there.
Later then.
Later, hater. Alligator. Terminator. Instigator. That compilation had me cringe and laugh a few times. Why cringe? Because it showed sexy girls? That is just sad. You know how sad that makes me? From a person that knows how the world should be, and how men and women have played this thing back and forth for tens of thousands of years. This sexual tension thing going back and forth. Men like to look at women. Women like to look at men. And it's not just women that are exploited on movies. It's men that are too. And the whole thing about about things being too sexy and stuff. It's women like to do that to tease men. Men like to do it to women too. I mean, it's nothing to do with no power dynamic, and that's what they make it out to be, is that men have too much control over women. Hell no. Do you know any women that are controlled? I know a few women that maybe are controlled, but I also knew a few men that are controlled by women too. But the majority of women are not controlled by men, unless you go to like Saudi Arabia or something. But in their religion, in their defense, in their religion, the women think it's right to do that. They're not. They don't consider themselves controlled. They just know how screwed up men can be. So a lot of them, the real religious ones, think it's right for them to cover themselves up so that men won't see their bodies and be lustful for them, because then there's a sin, and they're real religious, and so they don't want to cause the men to sin, and they just don't want the men to freaking look at them, unless it's their husband or if it's their family members. They don't want strange men to be looking at them. So in their culture, that's okay, but in our culture, we've enjoyed the bodies of women, and women have enjoyed the bodies of men. They have made statues all the way back from the Greeks of naked men and naked women to appreciate the bodies of each other. And it's been ongoing since the beginning of time to now, until we got some crazy feminists bitching about exploitation. It's not exploitation if both parties are consenting of frickin' adults, and maybe at the most, it's probably not good to put shit like that on TV because of kids and letting kids see that stuff. But little kids wouldn't know exactly what that is anyway, unless they have been exposed to things that they weren't supposed to be exposed to. Just to see that, it wouldn't faze a kid unless they were already damaged in some way by being exposed to stuff they weren't supposed to be exposed to, like sex or alcohol or stupid fucking people. I don't know. See, gained by completing all legendary ships. Yeah, I'm going to have to try to check that out. Well, I don't sit jerking to that compilation, did I? They might have been good looking, but still, some of the things they said, yeah. There's no women that can control me, I'll tell you. Yeah, I know most men are not controlled by women, and most women are not controlled by men. There are some that are on both sides. And there's when you get into a good relationship with somebody, there's a mutual thing that's going on, and you're not really controlling each other. You're bending to their will on purpose. But if it's a good relationship, it goes both ways. And you're compromising. That's the word I think I was more looking for. Anyway, I didn't mean that in a bad way, that I think it's sad. I just think it's kind of messed up how the world let stupid people take control of their minds, and it got to be the norm. Stupid people saying stupid things. All the fleet missions. Gibraltar fleet mission. Thought I did Gibraltar fleet mission. Oh, I never went back in. See, I never opened up all of them. Pistols. Special location in River Valley. That's the one where I had to collect all those tablets. I still couldn't find 3 of them. Oh, here we go. Completing the Templar map quest. I thought I did that. I got all the maps, and I got all the relics from the maps. That should be open. Assassin Interceptions. That's the one. I need 1 more of those. Legendary Battles and Fleet Mission. So there's just a few things I need to do. First of all, on the map, I need to figure out where this other... I guess I can do it from in here. Where this other... There it is, right there. It's right where I'm at. Fast travel unavailable. Oh, because I'm in here. Here's what I think I know what I meant a minute ago. I think it's sad that the world has been altered so much that a man is not allowed to enjoy the beauty of a woman. Not in a sexual way, just the beauty. Those girls were freaking beautiful. And yeah, it's hot. Yeah, it's hot. But it's like they're beautiful, you know? And the same way... Well, it hasn't got to the point completely where women are not allowed to enjoy the beauty of a man. But just... There is a certain beauty in nature and the natural beauty of people. And you're supposed to be able to enjoy that, you know? That's why, okay, so they got this whole other thing going on now, which is part of the same thing. They got this other thing in movies now where they don't want women to dress sexy. Apparently they don't care about men dressing a certain way either. But they really don't like it when women dress. They had this whole thing when Black Widow on the Avengers was dressing a certain way, and then they toned her down. Then in Suicide Squad, on the first Suicide Squad movie, what's her name? Margot, whatever her name is. She was like dressed all sexy, and then if you look at the second movie, she's not. They toned her down. They also did it with, before the movie even came out, with Captain Marvel. They have this whole movement now to tone down the sexiness of the girls on the shows. And it's all a feminist thing. And what was my point with that? I'll think about it in a minute, because I had a point. I was with somewhere where I was going with that. Margot Robbie, yeah. God, she is sexy too, man, and they freaking had to tone her down. But it's this beauty thing. Here's where I was going with that. Okay. Back in the day, we understood. Okay, there's been this big movement lately, over the last 5 years or so, where people need representation in movies and TV and in commercials. I've heard it really went along with people calling everybody racist. it kind of started with gay and black representation in movies, where if the character that they wanted more, if the character was supposedly gay, they wanted a real gay person to play that part. Or also they wanted more black people in movies, and people of color, but mostly black people. But the problem with that whole logic is it's acting. You're acting like somebody completely different. You don't actually get real cops to play cops in movies. You don't actually get real sailors to play sailors in movies. You don't actually get real carpenters to play carpenters in movies. Why would you have to get a real gay person to act as a gay person in a movie? I can see it with the color thing. If the person is historically black, you would want a black person to play it. And if the person is historically white, you would prefer to have a white person playing them. I don't know how they freaking came up with lately. They came up with some English person that was literally white English. They had a black person playing them. Okay, so that's not the point I was trying to make. The point I was trying to make is that they're trying to get this representation of different people and different sexual preferences and stuff like that in movies. Now, what was the point I was trying to make? Let's see. Oh yeah. They're trying to do this. Okay, so originally in movies, they wanted people to be bigger than life. This is why, if you look at old Hollywood, these people were treated like artwork. They were artists. They would get on and play a part in a movie, and when they would go out in public, they had a certain image that they had to keep, or the studios would frickin' just disown them. Celebrities nowadays don't have an image anymore. They don't give a shit about it. They get caught on frickin' sex tapes and all kinds of shit, frickin' doing all kinds of crap, or going to prison and shit like that. They had an image that they had to keep up, and it was a fantasy image. It was a fantasy, because when people went to the movies, say the average person that has a 9-to-5 job and busts their ass off all week long, and on a Saturday they would want to go to the movies, they would want to get pulled out of their own life and see something that is beyond their own life, that is bigger than their life, that is more exciting and just glamorous and freaking or adventurous or something. So they were transported to a new place. You don't have to have representation when you do that. You want to see these beautiful freaking people on the screen, you want to see these really sexy ladies and real pretty ladies and good looking men and shit if you're a woman, or I guess if you're a gay man, you want to see that too. Or if you're a gay woman, you want to see the sexy women, It transported you. Nowadays, they've cut it down to where they don't want people to be sexy anymore on movies. They want people to look average so that people would feel more represented by the movie. But the problem with that is they probably live a boring life themselves. Now they're watching a boring show on TV or at the movies. It's boring. It's just everyday fucking life. If you want to watch that, you would watch a reality show and even those are more exciting because they actually do stage a lot of that shit in Survivor and Big Brother and Amazing Race and shit like that. That's a lot of that staged. A lot of these freaking housewives, rich housewives, blah, 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 or Jersey Shore. That's a lot staged. It's not even really reality. So if you want to get into the reality of things, you show them some boring shit. Average people doing average things. But that's not entertainment. You really need to have these people that are larger than life and better looking than life. These people are made to look that way. They don't really look like that in real life. There's so much glamour that goes into that. And glamour comes from an old word that means magic. It means they were transformed into something magical to take people out of the drudgery of their own life. And they just kind of lost that over the years. And that's the sadness that I was trying to talk about before. It's sad that we have lost that as a human species. The beauty and the glamour and the outrageous freaking... It's art. It's supposed to be beautiful. You know? It's supposed to be. You don't want average. You don't want representation. You want something that's larger than life. Does that make sense? I read that they wanted James Bond to be... Yeah, well, they actually did do it in the last movie. She's not actually James Bond, but she's the star of the movie, a black lady. And I'm thinking that they're setting that up so that the next one, it'll be her, and she will be 007. Probably the same lady. Because, what's his name's probably getting tired of the role after doing it for the last 5 or however many ones that he did. I would love to listen to you ramble on, but it's time for me to go to bed. Me to bed. I'm glad I caught your stream. Yep, hey man. Have a good one, man. Thanks for coming by. And I'm going to try to finish this up. I have just rambled on for about 15 minutes that I shouldn't have. And all through the credits. So I need to wrap this up myself. But yeah, have a good one, man. Yeah, that's so fucked. Yep. But I have a feeling it's going to go back to that. There's a lot of people. If you watch a lot of these shows on Fox, like I said last night, I'm not as conservative as I make myself sound. I just can't stand the progressive wokeness that's going on now. And I'm like half conservative and half liberal. You know, I'm like right in the middle there somewhere. There's some things that I'm real conservative on and other things that I'm real liberal on. And most things I'm right in the middle on. Like the Second Amendment, I'm pretty conservative on that because I believe in that. I believe in the idea of what it means. And I believe that if we give up our guns in this country, the only thing that's keeping China from freaking taking over the world right now is people like Americans that are, they would not want to try to invade America when we have a big population of gun owners. And freaking Biden getting on saying, well, whoa, you want to fight the government with your AR-15s? Well, we got F-15s. Fuck
if
you.
I'm being honest, I joined for the uniform.
It is a bold color, isn't it?
He's trying. I don't know. There's no way that somebody with AR-15s is going to try to take over the United States. An American, I mean. But we still want protection. And if it means against government intrusion, so be it. I mean, it's happened a few times. And usually the people get killed, but people still see that as how fucked up the government is. Like Ruby Ridge. Read up on that if you want to find out some real fucked up things about our government, the United States government. Waco, Texas. David Koresh is not exactly what it seemed to be. The freaking government was demented in the way they attacked a religious cult. Yeah, they were a religious cult. And yeah, there were some people that weren't happy there, but there was a lot of people that were happy there, and they liked it, and there were so many rumors and lies that were spread about that cult, saying that he was sexualizing children and shit like that. I don't know what the truth is, but I would bet $1 million if I had it that the government is lying about at least 50% of what happened. And everybody in the country laughed about it, called it the Waco Baco, because all these people got fried from the government. You know? It's just sad. It's sad how much the government does this shit, you know? And how people just let them do it. But these are people that kind of fought back against the government and lost. And it shows that you cannot fight the government with guns and win. But if they try to intrude, you know, on your life, some people are willing to end their life over it in the name of freedom. And it's sad. And like I said, it shouldn't be done. But what the real sad part about it is how the government and the media spins it to make it out that these people are crazy. And that's where Ruby Ridge comes in, is they couldn't spin that to be some crazy people. They had rumors that this guy was hoarding guns. Yeah, he was hoarding guns, but it was his friggin' right to. But they surrounded his complex and ended up killing his son and I think his wife, who were not, I mean, who weren't guilty of anything except for maybe the guy, the father had a lot of guns and he was more of a survivalist and he was really, really conservative. But he wasn't threatening anybody. Anyway, so I'm pretty conservative on the right to bear arms, mostly for your own protection. If you're like, say you're living in the country, it take 15 minutes for a cop to get there. You know how much damage a criminal can do to you in 15 minutes? Even if you're in a city and it takes 5 minutes for the cops to get there, or even 3 minutes for the cops to get there. You know how much damage a criminal can do to you in 3 minutes? You have the right to protect yourself. You should not have to rely on the cops. It's good that we have cops. I have nothing against cops. But we should be able to protect ourselves. Be self-sufficient, you know. Anyway, I am conservative about that. But there's other things that I'm pretty liberal about. Free speech used to be a liberal freaking thing. Anyway, I should get into this. Let me get off of the soapbox. People go too far with assuming sometimes. Yep. I mean, if you go against them, your life can be ruined. Yep. That's the thing, you know. That's the thing. I just don't like how the media and the government spins things out of control and lets it happen. The government is there to protect us, but they won't protect us from these psychos with their psycho ways and their freaking complete outer space ideas that don't have any relevance on our planet, you know? Like drag show story hour. What the fuck is that? To freaking 5-year-olds. Drag shows. Family-friendly drag shows. men transitioning to women just so they can kick the ass out of women in sports. What is wrong with that picture? Way too much. Way too much. And the government lets all this shit happen. Anyway, let me get into this here. The politicians manipulate and influence Marla Caps has been undermining our war effort up and down the East Coast for too long, far too long. We need to take more drastic actions to bring stop to her. To bring stop her? That's not proper English, unless I'm reading that wrong. To bring stop her. Yep, typo. Let us bring balance back to our side. Okay. Alrighty. Let's go find her. And save her. I will save you. Is that her down there? Somebody in there. Something's going on. What's going on in there?
I knew you'd take the bait, hero. Get him, brothers!
Oh shit, it's an ambush.
Do not let him get away. I mean it.
Wow, how many of them are there?
Why running off now?
Damn it! What? What?
I see him.
What? Damn! How? Why? I didn't have any freaking... Come on! I don't even have a fucking sword out! I'm sitting here pressing the button to fight them, and they wouldn't let me. They just shot and killed, stabbed, shot, and freaking killed me. Without any being able to, to fight back. That was retarded. I need to pay attention to what's going on here. I need to get off my soapbox and pay attention to this game so I can get it over with. That was not right, man. I'm sure. What the hell? Can I get something? What the hell? Both of the guys got killed. Am I freaking completely freaking stupid? Where's my sword? That didn't work out right. I got to figure out how to do this right. It's actually right here where this is going on. Ain't it? I need to go up. I do believe in defending yourself, but I feel like some people would kill to defend themselves even if they weren't gonna be killed. Yeah, that's true. Not all people, but some people. But do they have... Don't they have the right to do that if somebody's threatening their life or their family's life? I mean, you have to have a good reason. That's premeditated. That is actually murder if you just go kill somebody just because you think they might kill you. But if somebody is actually physically threatening you or your family or even your property, and they're doing it with deadly force, you have the right to use deadly force against them. And if you use deadly force, you should make sure absolutely that you're in the right, if that they are threatening you. There is a fine line, though. It gets a little bit complicated here too, though, because I heard friggin' Biden say this the other day, that he wants to train cops to shoot people in the leg instead of killing them. And I started thinking, does he actually understand what's happening there? If somebody is threatening a cop with a weapon and they shoot them in the leg, this is not the Old West or an actual Old West movie like Clint Eastwood where they can shoot the gun out of somebody's hand. What happens if you miss? And there's a big chance in real life that you're going to miss if you try to aim for somebody's hand. They're going to shoot you and you're dead. You're a cop. You're putting your life on the fucking line, and you try to shoot somebody in the hand and you miss, and then you die. That's not right. Or if you shoot them in the leg, you don't think they can still shoot back? They have a gun and you shoot them in the leg and then they shoot you in the head. The only way you know for sure you're going to survive as a cop when somebody has a gun pointed at you is shoot them in the freaking chest. It's the biggest part of their body, so it's the easiest thing to aim at, for one thing. And it will put them down. Even if you miss their heart, shooting them in the gut is going to put them down. They might still be able to shoot you back, but most likely not. Because it'll just take the wind out of them. They won't even be able to breathe for a few seconds if you shoot them in the gut. But you're supposed to, that's why they teach cops to shoot center mass. It's the way you're supposed to. If you're in the military, they teach you to shoot center mass. You don't shoot for somebody's head, like in a game, headshots. You don't shoot for somebody's arm or leg. You shoot them for center mass, right in the center of their body, because it's the biggest target. It's the easiest to shoot. And once you shoot them, they have less chance of shooting you back and killing you. It's like, it's common sense, man. Anyway. But yeah. So if someone physically attacks me and I shoot them, I could go prison for life. Especially in England, yeah. But if they physically attack you and you without a doubt believe that they were going to kill you and you shoot them and they die, you might still go to prison. But at least you're alive. For one thing. For the second thing is if you know you were in the right, hopefully a jury will see that and understand that you seriously thought you were going to die, and then ask them what would they have done in your situation. Would they just die, lay down and die? No, they would fight back. And if it's somebody that's bigger than you and stronger than you, and you really seriously think you're going to freaking die, you have at least in the United States, you have a good chance of pleading self-defense. That kid up in freaking Wisconsin or whatever a couple years ago, Kyle Rittenhouse. Person tried to grab his gun out of his hands and he shot that guy. The guy was threatening his life. The guy was chasing him. They have film of the guy chasing him. He has the gun in his hand, and he's trying to get away from this guy. He could have threatened him then, but he didn't. He just ran, trying to get away from the guy. The guy cornered him. He had no choice, and he fired. That guy died. Then he had a bunch of other guys chasing after him, one of them with a gun, another one with a skateboard that beat the shit out of him and knocked him on the ground and was kicking him and shit. He didn't even fire at that guy with the skateboard because it wasn't a deadly weapon. It could have been. Man, you freaking get hit with some trucks in the freaking head. Some wheels and trucks. Them trucks freaking hurt, man. I've got hit with them before. But he didn't shoot with that on that. He saw some guy point a gun at him, and then he fired. That was self-defense, and he won in court, which is the way it should be. He pleaded self-defense, and he got off on self-defense. He killed 2 guys and wounded another. But he only shot when absolutely necessary. And then he tried to turn himself into the cops. And the cops waved him on and said, "Go away, go away." You know? Better to be alive than dead, but these situations are hard. Yeah, it's complicated. That's the problem. It's really complicated. And yeah, the law or the jury could see that you were guilty and send you to prison over it. But you have a better chance of staying alive and pleading self-defense than being dead, you know? That's the way I see it. I think that people have the right to protect themselves. There's a lot of crazy people out there. I've been around crazy people. I've almost got killed a few times. And if I had a gun in at least 2 situations that I was in, somebody would have been dead, either me or them. But I didn't have a gun, and luckily I lived through it. I almost didn't one time. I was real lucky I lived through both of those 2 encounters. And I've been in other situations where I could have very well lost my life, but at the time I really didn't know it. But looking back, even the day after, I was going, damn, I survived that. Yeah. But I lived a rough life and lived around a lot of rough characters, you know, a lot of rough people, a lot of rough environments. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll was not the best environment to stay alive. And that's what our motto was in them days. It's crazy. Anyway. So, here we go. Where'd the bird go? Oh, I already got it. Or did I? No, I didn't. Oh, shit, I missed. Son of a bitch. I gotta pay more attention. It's almost 11 now, ain't it? Yeah, damn it. Oh, it went over there. How am I going to get to it? Come on. Where is it? Where did it go? Where is it? I don't see it. Son of a bitch. Where is it? Is it down lower? Oh, it's freaking down lower. I'm on the wrong side. I'm not going to get this, am I? Yeah, I knew it. Son of a bitch. Okay, let's see if I can do this again. I know that it's an ambush now, so maybe I can figure it out. See, there's nobody up here. Where did all these freaking people come from? There's nobody up here right now. Nobody. There's a guy in there with the girl. I'm going to try something. That didn't work. I can see the guy in there. I saw him before. I just didn't know how to get him out. Damn it. He's not going to sleep. Is he asleep? Son of a bitch, I don't want to go down there. When I know it's an ambush, to walk into it, that's just stupid. He's going to kill her if I do this. If it affects him. And it dissipated already. Son of a bitch, it's going to make me do it. How? Why? I have no control once I get down there, and there 3 people are going to kill, at least 2 people are going to attack me before I even have a chance.
I knew you'd take the bait.
See, I have no control right now. I have no fucking control at all. At all. At all. Still no control. Still no control. Until some bitch jumps on my fucking head. Right there. See that bitch? I cannot get away from her. At all. At all. Fuck! Let me have control! You frickin' freaks!
I have him in my sights. What are you waiting for? I have a good line on him.
God, there's fucking snipers on the roof.
I'd like to see you run away now. Grenade!
Did they say grenade? Let me out of the grenade! Away from the grenade, you freaks.
What are you waiting for? I'll catch up with you one way or another. Mark my word.
I have no gun.
Keep fishing a barrel, mate. Don't get your hopes up.
Get him! That's 9 and 9. Is that it? Now what? Wow, that was crazy. What the hell? What was that? What was that? What the hell was that? It was like a ghost uniform coming up out of that chest. That was weird. Where's the chick? She's not even in here. That was weird. In this country, it's knives that are the equivalent to guns, crimes in the U.S. Yeah, I've actually heard that in London, there is more deaths by knives and machetes, apparently, than there are gun deaths in, like, New York City. And there's a lot of gun deaths in New York City. That's still not the capital of gun violence. That's like Chicago, Detroit, and I heard that some town in the Midwest has like got them all stumped now, like got them all beat. All right, yeah, let me check out this outfit. Can I even put it on? I probably have to go somewhere to put it on. Which one is it? That's the one I got on now. says acquired, must be crafted. Why don't they get rid of the must be crafted after you acquired it? Is this it? Yep, that's the one. That's the one I just got. I can't put it on right now, though. I need to find a shop or something. So I got all those. The only thing I want to try real quick before I get off is the sea battle ones. The legendary battles. Wow, that was so freaking crazy, man, that quest there. It didn't give me control until that girl was ready to jump on my head. Luckily, I got away.
Here,
I knew which direction she was coming from, so I tried to get it the opposite way so she couldn't jump on me. It was Templar Enforcer. There we go. Let's check that out.
Oh, well, good day.
Whoa. It's pretty cool. Pretty fancy. This isn't what he had when he killed freaking Arno's father, is it? I've been stopped and searched a few times in my life because the police sometimes like to pat down young people randomly, but I don't carry nothing. I'm not like that. Yeah, when I was in Germany, they did a lot of like stop and frisk. They had that law there. They could search you. We'd go to this park all the time and party and like do things that I shouldn't have been doing at my age at that time. I was a stoner kid, so. But we could see there was one way that the cops could get down into that park because there was 3 entrances and 2 of them were like stairs. So I guess they could come down on foot, but they wouldn't do that. They like to bring their car. There was one way where they can get in through a ramp in their little freaking Poleseye cars. And they'd come in and we could see them for a ways because we were on the opposite side of the park. It was a little park though, but we were on the opposite end, so we could see them as soon as their lights would come over the rise there and start coming down that ramp. And so if we had anything that we weren't supposed to have, we'd throw it in the bushes real quick. And then after they left, it'd take us an hour to find it sometimes, but they would come in and then they would tell us to empty all our pockets, and then they'd pat us down, tell us to lean up against the car and pat it down, arms on the car, pat us all down, and I think mostly just checking for weapons, maybe drugs, I don't know. But then they just leave again. They do it about once every couple weeks. We just got used to it. But what's messed up about that is in big cities, they used to have the stop and frisk laws where it was okay for a cop to stop people on the street and pat them down just to see if they had weapons or drugs. But because they were doing it in minority neighborhoods, they thought that it was racist. No, they still did it in white neighborhoods too. They still did it in all neighborhoods. It was their job. And the cops, especially, I know this personally from the town I lived in, the cops, they had patrols everywhere, but the areas that had more crime, they had more patrols. They'd have more cars, cop cars around. But even in the areas where there wasn't that much crime, they still would stop us, and if we looked like we were rough, they would check us. In Germany, it was all the time. That's what I was saying about Germany. But even in the United States, they would do it. And in smaller town. That was a smaller town that I lived in. It was a city, but it was a smaller city than like LA or San Francisco or Silicon Valley. Those are all big city areas, in San Diego. But Fresno is about a medium-sized city. And they did it there too, you know. And they did it to all neighborhoods. It's just they probably did it a little bit more around the crime neighborhoods because they were trying to find the freaking criminals. And if you were not a criminal, you really didn't have nothing to worry about. But every once in a while, you know, something would happen. Just as much would happen in the white neighborhoods where the cops would do something wrong. But the thing is they would say it was disproportionately, which meant because there was less black people and it might have happened less in the black neighborhoods, but population-wise, per blacks, it was probably a lot more, you know. But that's because the majority of the black people in that town lived in bad neighborhoods. Crime, you know, a lot of drugs and stuff like that were going on in those neighborhoods. Not all black people did. A lot of black people lived in good neighborhoods. And nothing happened to them there. But then again, if they were in a neighborhood that had a majority white, you know, residents, and they were walking down the street, they might have been more likely to get stopped. But then again, if you were a white person and you were wandering around on the black side of town, you were more likely to get stopped also. But there was a big difference there. Is it was not too many white people that would wander around in the black side of town because you had a more chance of the poor black part of town. That's what I'm trying to get at. You had bigger chance of getting messed up by the criminals that were there than a black person had of getting messed up by the white people in the white neighborhoods, you know, because there was more crime there, you know. Anyway, all that stuff is pretty crazy. All I got to say, and this is what I always say, there's a lot more to all of this stuff than meets the eye, and most people just don't see it that way. They care more about let me fast travel over here. Oh, this is one I tried already. I should try a different one. But they care more about what the news says. Is that what I was trying to say? I don't even remember now. I got distracted. I know what they care more about making things a lot simpler so they can understand it. They don't want to have to understand the real complications of everything. Okay, now that's there. I've already tried that one. Oh, and I didn't really try it, huh? Let me just start heading that way. Over that way.
Crowd on every inch of save.
It's actually too late to be doing this, man. I probably just not going to do this. It's getting too late. It's probably take 15-20 minutes just to get one of these battles. I'll try to do them off camera and record them and then just post them. That'd probably be the best bet anyway. Like do a whole video on all the legendary battles and just put in the good parts. Yeah, I'm going to do quite a few of those because this is what I was talking about before in the database. I still have all of these Documents, the cave paintings for one. I have all of these that I want to do a video on. Anyway. There's a chest and a fragment left on the map. On which map? This one that I was on? This one here? Did you see one? Oh, up here. Wow, where did all these come from? How did I miss those from before? Okay, let me go get those real quick. Nope. Damn, I didn't even see those. I don't really mind being frisked because honestly, a lot of bad stuff happens and some people will get caught out for it. Yep. Yeah, I mean,
Get the main cells into the
this
wind.
is the big dilemma about security or freedom. You should have as much freedom as you can. Benjamin Franklin had a saying where he said, those who give up freedom for security deserve neither security or freedom.
Cargo for the taking, sir.
But
Trim the yards off the wind.
But what he really means by that, he doesn't mean it completely literally. What he means is that to get some security, you have to give up some of your freedoms. But you don't want to give up all your freedoms, so some of that security you have to take on yourself.
Cliff ahead, sir.
So to get a certain amount of security, you have to take on a certain amount. Or to keep a certain amount of freedoms, you have to take on your own security.
Catch some wind.
But the government
All sail. Loose topsails, gallants and royals. There's the royals and tops. Drop anchor.
Should give you a certain amount of security. And so you have to give up some of your freedoms. To be in a civilized society with other people, some of them who don't have your best interest in mind, it's okay to give away a little bit of your freedoms for that security. Like that, stop and frisk. I don't mind that either, to have the cops stop and frisk you if it means that, you know, out of every 10 times that they freaking do that to somebody, the 10th person might be an actual criminal and they might freaking find something on them, and that might get that person off the street so that somebody else don't get hurt, you know. Somebody else doesn't get their property stolen or their life threatened or something like that, you know.
Some cargo from a wreck over here, sir.
We sighted a thrasher, a slash in his tail. Time now, old skipper, to hoist up your sail in the windy old weather, stormy old weather.
Oh shit.
Fire! Cruise up! These are sticks!
On your mark, Captain!
Drop sail! Maids out! Let's go!
Get it? Get it? There it is. Is it? Did I get it? There it is. Alrighty, 15 to 15. Did the other one say that I got all of them too? I don't even know. I wasn't paying attention when I got the chest. Epilogue. Shay and Hatham sail on in search of the artifact Assassins are a step ahead of them, but not for long. Shay tracks down former tormentor and discovers that Assassin's destination, the Arctic island that concealed and... I already did all that. Right. Okay, I think that's it, man. Yeah, I'll do some cleanup on some videos. Just do the last couple things that I need to do to get up to 100. I am right now at what? I'm only at 89%, which kind of is weird. I thought that I'd be more than that. I was at 90% before, and I think I did a lot more this time. What am I missing? There's a whole sequence here that I can't even get to, right in the middle of these two. Look at that. Is there any... See, there's no markers anywhere. There's no other markers. Anyway. Till next time. Well, actually, tomorrow, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to play yet. I want to check into that Hellblade. I think that I'm going to be playing that. Need to double check and see how long it is, because I only have less than 3 weeks. So hopefully I'll be playing that. If not, I'll probably be messing around with Fallout until then. Maybe I'll mess around with another game. I don't know. I just got those GTAs. Maybe I'll do GTA 3 or something. I don't remember that one too much. I remember well, definitely I remember San Andreas, but the other one, Vice City, was that it? Yeah, Vice City. I can remember the map of that. I can remember some of the stuff of it. I remember having a ice cream company and riding around in an ice cream truck delivering drugs or something. That was strange. I remember the movie studio. I remember quite a bit of that one, actually. But yeah, I might try one of those too. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, till next time, leave a like, share, subscribe. Support my channel if you can with PayPal or Patreon. All in the links below. And hope to see you next time. And stay tuned for the conclusions to this on video on my channel. All right, have a good one, guys. Adios.